Hey guys, it's Florian here. Are you driven by achievements? Are you constantly setting new goals after hitting old ones? And do you often feel frustrated if your life, even temporarily, is not moving in the right direction? Welcome to the club of people that have high standards for themselves. And having high standards is great. It makes you able to achieve more. It makes you able to move faster. It makes you able to hit deadlines. But there's a dark side to having high standards that very few self-development gurus actually talk about. In this video, I want to show you why having high standards for yourself is both a blessing and a curse, and what you can do about it so it's more of a blessing and less of a curse. Are you ready? Let's just jump right into it. The downsides of having high standards is something that very few people talk about. But if you are in the high standards club, as you are if you're watching this video, then these things that I'm gonna talk to you right now are a daily staple for you. I'm talking about frustration. I'm talking about alienation of people around you, people that might even be close to you. I'm talking about constantly being driven by a goal and then being very dissatisfied in the process, or being miserable of actually aiming to achieve that goal. Why? Because you're unlikely to enjoy the process, because you're so goal driven. So the funny thing actually there, like with goal achievement, is that you're miserable 99% of the time while you're striving towards that goal. And once you reach that goal, the positive emotions, they fade away fast. Why? Because you're immediately replacing the old reach goal with new, bigger goals. So you're dissatisfied again. More often than not, having high standards for yourself also leads to black and white thinking. When you perform, when you excel, you feel good. When you are not performing as well, when you had a bad day, you beat yourself up and you feel very bad. The irony about those two things, if you are a high achiever, is that actually the bad days are better than last year's good days. So you had a macro progression there. For example, me personally, I just recently beat myself up while not being able to finish a course, an online course that I did in 2 months, when in reality, they tell me that it takes 1 year to complete. Yet here I am beating myself up because I did not finish it in 2 months. It took me like 2.5 months to finish it. But before completely beating myself up, I caught my brain, essentially, and I reminded myself of the big picture. And this is the first of 3 strategies today that I want to share with you when it comes to making sure that having high standards stays a blessing and does not develop in a full-blown curse. And the first strategy here is constantly reminding yourself of the big picture. We absolutely must remind yourself of the entire journey when we are tied up in temporary struggles towards our goal. Whenever we encounter setbacks or defeat, we must never be able to lose sight of the total journey and see our progression, which means we must always be grateful. And gratitude, this is the second strategy, is huge. Yet the more accomplished an individual is, the less they actually feel grateful for what they've achieved. There's literally a 1-to-1 correlation that I've noticed. The more your achievements, the less you feel grateful for them. Why? Because the brain wiring, the brain that brought you to that position, is one that is extremely dissatisfied with your current situation. And that's why you're striving for that new goal. That's why you're constantly striving. So it seems to be that the standard, that having high standards brought you to the goal, but then again, it makes you basically unable to enjoy and be grateful for it. So you must work against that. On a daily basis, you must remind yourself how far you've come. It can be a simple thing as just writing out 3 things that you're grateful for. Writing out 3 wins for the day, or 3 wins for the week, or 3 wins for the month. Just to take your brain out of this achievement mindset and put it back to a mindset of gratitude and enjoyment. And don't get me wrong, being grateful for what you have is not something that will make you soft. It's not something that will slow you down. If done right, gratitude is adding fuel to the fire. The third strategy that I want to share with you today is to quantify. Whenever you have a high achievement mindset, whenever you have high standards for yourself, you have to understand that your brain has a divine dissatisfaction with the status quo. No matter what you achieve, you can hit all your goals that you have on your bucket list, your brain will still have this dissatisfaction. So you must rely on other circumstances, on other tools, essentially, to find out if you're progressing or not. So you must rely on data. Relying on your brain for determining your state and determining your progress is a fool's game, because again, your brain is wired in a fashion that it's never satisfied. So rely on data. You must quantify the most important parameters when it comes to your progress, because if not, your brain will just constantly beat yourself up for not progressing any further, even in fact if you are progressing. So guys, if you, number one, have high standards for yourself, number two, are a fellow vegan, and number three, feel like you don't really get a hang on your health and fitness, meaning you want to lose fat, build lean muscle, and get in the best shape of your life, but you feel like you're having high standards for yourself is right now a blessing and a curse, because you make so good progression and then you tear everything down again with your black and white mindset, then you should definitely book a call with me. I've been there, I have high standards for myself, but I've used it now as a blessing in all areas of my life. And I've helped dozens of vegans similar to you. You can click the link in the description, you can click the link, I'll also leave it in the comment, and you can get to a page where you can book a free call with me. And I'll make you able to excel in that area of your life, health and fitness, in a sane and sustainable manner. So book a call in the link below and talk to you soon.